Okay, welcome to Week 13 press conference. Look at the board.
Hey.
All right. Okay, last week, first game, Mulligans beat the Deuces. Congratulations, Joe Laws. That puts Mulligans in first place with a record of
13-2.
13-2. The only two losses were Wellner's last two games.
Yeah.
As Wellner at quarterback.
That's correct.
Are you going to bring Wellner out?
Yeah, he'll be there for the playoffs.
You whack it. Good boy. He'll be there for the playoffs?
Yeah, he will.
Are you going to play him?
Yeah, well, of course we are. He's a first-round player, of course. He's a great defender, and we could lock down those wild phonies, Jim Barron and Joe
The new combo.
They're like a Macklin and Jackson combo right there.
Franchise.
They're just running all over.
Jim Franchise brand.
But I mean, it's first place. We were talking as a team. We're really not too worried. I mean, I don't want to say we're not worried, but we're obviously, our game plan right now is the phonies. We've been watching some film on them, courtesy of their captain.
Right.
It's another advantage. No team has film on us, so they don't know. They have 2 plays of us against the Thunder. The last play of the game.
Okay.
That's the only film they have on us, so we got an advantage to see how the phonies work, even though I don't know how they do work.
Well.
I got to get that Joe Horaci cheat sheet. I can't see them pulling out of his pocket on the field. But, yeah, we're in first place, and it feels good.
Any comment on the Deuces? Does anyone know what happened? Tom, how was that game?
Well, it wasn't much of a game. It was Danny, Kevin, 2 free agents, and that's it. They only had 4 players.
The whole game?
The whole game.
Well, we had 4 too.
So they had 4, and then, Mark comes running in, and there was nothing they could do. Danny tried throwing the ball through a couple touchdowns. They tried throwing to Danny, but no one could throw it to him.
Did you guys happen to see, as soon as Brian Garcia scored touchdown, Danny Andreevich frantically tried to catch up with the touchdown leader. Did anyone notice that? He would ditch the ball off to whoever was snapping, and go, give it back to me. And he just tried plowing to the front. He did that like 2 downs in a row. And then I see him the next drive, he has Adiel just throwing bombs, bro, into the end zone. 50-mile-an-hour winds, just throwing them up there, bro.
Ball swirling all.
Yeah, it's like a fucking Tasmanian devil ball up there.
Changed up our defense and put a spy on him. We called it a DA spy instead of a QB spy. We DA spied him and shut him down.
I really thought the Deuces were going to win before, I saw that they had 4 players. It's kind of disappointing that there wasn't a good game because the Mulligans just steamrolled them.
Yeah. Do you think
first place? I'm surprised.
Do you think if that guy, if that free agent Andrew would have showed up earlier, it would have been a different story?
No, I don't.
Who was Andrew? The Giant. Oh, the big ass dude. He played for Danny.
No. Do you think he showed up like right when the game ended? But if he would, I called him a little earlier to get there. Do you think if he would have showed up earlier, it would have been a different game?
Maybe.
You want to rush in on him? He's huge, but he's really slow. You can get around him easily.
Yeah. Maybe you gotta starve him. Starve him for 3 days.
How about Steve Horatio going from last place captain to first place in a year?
Wow, that's huge. That is huge. He was horribly last place. Come on, when you heard you were on Steve and the Mulligans, you were probably straight pissed.
I was sending out messages, talking to my agent, telling him to get out of town.
Yeah, I got a few messages.
I was gonna hold out, and now I'm glad I didn't. And first place. What can I
think he learned from last year. He could seen who could play,
Yeah, he sure did.
I learned a lot as a player playing for Steve Horatio.
I swear to God, I didn't even want to give him a chance at being a captain, because no captain has ever came back from not making the playoffs. They've always taken a year off at least,
Yeah.
They've never came back the next year like, oh, here I am. I can't see, oh, hey, T. Roz and Elkins, would you like to be captain next season, It's just not in the cards.
Steve always showed up.
Anyways, the next game that was played last week was Doing Work versus the Thunder. Phil, where were you?
I had work.
You work
Yeah.
at the Borough Park District.
No, I don't work for the park district. I work for the recreation department. It's completely different.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you clean up the court and throw out garbage.
Speedy?
No, that's what speed does. I just basically do whatever Tony asked me to do. Why am I telling you this? Why am I telling you this?
Give me 15 jumping jacks. All right. Anyways, Tom, how'd that game go versus Doing Work?
Well, it goes as planned like every week. You know, they didn't have much of a team out there. I didn't expect it. They had one constant in Corey. But, you know, like most of the other games, it just wasn't good enough to get a win for them. We turned up the run game a little bit in the snow, and that was it. I mean, it wasn't much of a game, even with 5 guys. We usually roll 7, but we only had 5, and that's all we needed.
Yeah, it wasn't even a problem, right?
No.
Do you think Elkins is a good candidate for a captain next season?
No, I don't think he is.
What about a referee?
He's not a good candidate for much out there.
He's
not really-
next year.
He's not a bad player.
He'd be the second player ever to be on the banned list. Joyce, shrink your appearance on the banned list.
He should.
No, he's not a bad player. He'll definitely be in the league, but I don't see him returning as a captain.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have strong leadership out there.
No, he doesn't. You know, I thought Elkins would. I thought he would try harder to get a roster out there. He was texting Phil Carlson every week with a 713 area code. And Phil's like, that's not my fucking number. He's like, what the fuck is 713 area code? And he says this to him last week, you know? Like, he just figured that out. Elkins is like, I text you every week. You never text me back.
Well, you know, he's not used to that. He has an Alaska area code, so he doesn't make sense in
I know.
It looks like a telemarketer is calling me when he calls. Fuck this number.
Fuck this number, yeah.
I thought the Thunder were gonna fuck it up. I thought Elkins was gonna pick up every free agent that was there because his whole team was pretty much missing,
Yeah.
and then they were just gonna work Tom. I was really pissed. I even came up to you
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah, Russ
like,
told me he was
dude,
coming out for
Tom might fuck.
Yeah,
this
Russ
up,
didn't make it out. Nicky Andrevic
You
didn't
really
make it out.
thought we were going to lose to them.
Yeah. If Russ was there, you would have lost.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes. Corey's a good quarterback, seriously.
I locked down Russ.
I wasn't there
Russ
for
isn't
the...
a-
Corey might be a third round pick next year.
I only had one bad defensive game, and it was against
I wouldn't pick him up in the
Scorched
third.
me that game.
Who?
No, he'll be a fourth or fifth.
Who?
Yeah.
He'll be a fourth round pick.
Corey with eight teams.
Oh, with 8 teams? Yeah. Well, then maybe he might be a third.
Yeah, you don't
He's a
know.
good player.
Depends.
8 teams.
And then the game of the week last week was the Phonies being victorious over the Colts.
Why don't you join him up there so we can...
Any
I just want to talk about one play I saw out there. And
okay.
it was actually the game-winning touchdown. Joe Horace caught a ball, and he threw a juke without even moving. And Pops went right by him. Joe Horace did not even move, and then ran straight to the end zone. Like he had shit up his ass. And scored the game winner. I don't know what happened out there.
It was I did see it. Pops, but what happened was Pops was in motion. And as soon as I caught, I looked at him, and he was in motion. And I just let him finish what he was going to do, and he slid over to the side. And then I went this way. Brandon did pick up a block. Either blocked DeVore or Campo or someone. And then I turned around, and Armando was right there. And then walked backwards in the end
I
zone.
ref the game. I think it was the worst game I've ever seen. Ever.
Yeah, you
And
didn't.
these two did all they could, but it shows that you need 5 people to win a game.
Yeah, it's bad.
There was no the quarterbacking was terrible in that game. I'm surprised they even got to 5. I thought I was going to be out there all fucking day.
get home
The
to 1
snowman
o'clock.
referee. It was bad.
I didn't get home till 1
I
o'clock.
should have said a quarterback.
Yeah.
Armando.
Yeah, what was up with
What
that?
was the Miami Florida?
It's Armando's team, and he wanted to...
Miami, Florida.
No matter what I say, I have to listen to it.
That's what they were calling, bro.
No, we were in 9 formation.
You know what?
Yeah. Miami's left, Florida's right.
We're running.
Do you know Mike Campo? He's calling fucking gaps out there. Hit the B gap. Aren't you guys gonna fucking block? I'm like,
You would have had
some
some yards. I was snapping on that ball, and I picked up whoever the lineman was.
I like the one.
I carried for 125 yards.
He used Armando as a human shield.
I was just throwing Armando on people. You fucking might get him.
How about Pop's stellar defense?
Oh my god.
What's going on with his defense?
It's alright. You know, the season's end, you know.
Will you pick him up if
You
you're
know
a
what?
captain?
Pops was
I want to pick him up fucking never.
So if you had Darren or Pops left in the draft, you picking up Pops or Darren?
Darren Braun.
TJ Murphy or Pops in the draft?
Aaron's there. Anything else?
Come on, Pops wasn't that bad.
No, you know what?
They're just so
Let me
deep.
tell you
Him and Armando just
Pops
played
and Larry
so
Sutton.
down. You know.
I'm glad
Armando-
it's over because
Larry from Gars or Pops?
Larry's decent. Pops is an unathletic piece of.
Mike from the Rack or Pops?
I'm glad it's over.
Wait,
It was embarrassing.
Mike from the Rack.
It was
Oh,
seriously
Mikey.
every week.
Oh man, you should see him in the summer when he comes
like
with the
losing.
George side.
Right.
It wasn't.
Especially when you do everything.
You get at the Rack.
Every game that we had this year, since I've been there, we've been up like 2-0. Right off, we start hot, and then fucking, I don't know.
You guys can't shut the door.
We break down defensively. You know,
Offense.
Pops has the snapper and fucking who. Or tell me who caught the touchdowns for that game, Billy?
Do you blame it on Pops and Armando?
3 on Jimbo.
3 on Jimbo.
You
and
blame
2
everything
for
on
Rishi.
Armando and Pops.
What the fuck is that?
Tough way to lose.
Brandon 0, Martin 0. That's ridiculous. How the fuck do we lose that?
Yes or
Pops
no?
had the
You blame
snapper.
everything on Pops and
I
Armando?
think
Pops and Armando.
Campbell
Yes.
did everything
Yes.
out there to win.
You and Campo did.
I had a call play a screen. Armando was saying run deep crosses, fucking 40 yards on the field. And no, we're not running that play. Like, me and DeVore are gonna go block. We're gonna line up in the slot and wide out and fucking just run.
You guys hit the
And
9-minute
Vince
one.
Vince ran for a touchdown. Me and Campbell blocked. Vince ran for a touchdown.
Campo lined up as a wideout like that. So what was going on there? You guys didn't know the run was coming when Campbell was lined up?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It was probably Armando's best game at quarterback, though. He actually made a couple good throws. I don't know how.
He was throwing spirals though, at least, not no fucking
They were-
grenades.
I don't know if it was the wind that made his ball go as a
Yeah,
spiral,
it looked like
but he was actually
a
throwing the
nice
ball
rock.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Armando had some good ones.
But I don't know. You lost to the phonies. I have no clue how the fuck that happened.
The phonies beat the Mulligans this year. I mean, they're not, you know.
Yeah, but
When you got Jim Moran on your team, he's just great. You get speed.
The phonies.
I love playing them.
I just know it's automatic W every time.
That's how I'm feeling this week. I'll be in and out.
I'd rather been fucking 3-on-5 and then had them 2 on there. You know?
Yeah.
They were just bad. They killed us. Armando fell asleep in the.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a battle, bro. It was that. It came down to 4-4.
No.
He's good on offense.
It came down to 4-4, bro. I mean, come on. Look at everything that.
I was talking shit inside flag football. I mean, I like him as a
It was
person.
either because of.
DeVore shot.
Yeah.
This guy's completely shot.
Are you kidding me?
I
was
try
playing
as hard as
great
I can
defense.
every
Brandon and
fucking
Martin,
play.
why did they get no
I'll take the
touchdowns?
plays
I
off.
did my job. If everyone else would have fucking done their job, we would have been fucking golden. Alright? I can only do so much.
I'm just
I
one man.
take their 2 top guys out.
You know
Well,
what this
wasn't
reminds
enough.
me of? You know what this reminds me of? One time the Buffalo Bills, they had Doug Flutie going into the playoffs. And then they just pulled him out for Rob Johnson. And they ended up fucking losing. That's what happened in this case. Doug Flutie, DeVore, you know, they're getting a couple wins. And then Armando goes in there, Rob Johnson, they just take a loss.
I was with DeVore when Armando gave him the call and said, I'm playing fucking quarterback this week. And I looked at him like, no, what the fuck? I mean, DeVore.
What did I say last week? You guys wanted to read that.
He's a captain, so he can do whatever the fuck he
I
wants.
gave Armando not even a subliminal message, just made this clear as day. If you want to win, let DeVore quarterback.
We told him, you know, we were just.
That's just
He's a
selfish.
fucking captain, so he.
But he is a captain. That's another thing you gotta look at as a captain.
Well, he's a
made it-
fill-in captain. He did his job. as
he
that.
did
He said that
duty as a
several
captain.
times during the game. I think it was doing work and we were yelling at him. He's like, "Fuck you guys, I'm the captain. I'll call the plays."
But that is
And we're like, "All right, dude, fuck."
So that's why Steve Brady just sits back with the cruise control on and lets his team do the work.
Puts on autopilot.
Yeah, that's what he's got.